On this episode, I'm sick, but I got a new camera. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 18 of DailyIoT. It has been a while, and that is completely my fault. I have changed jobs, I was doing some traveling, then I got pretty sick, I'm still recovering, and so all excuses for not creating content for you guys, and so I apologize for that. I want to get back onto it with renewed vigor and effort. So here we go, episode 18. A couple of news items to start off with. These are a little bit old. I wanted to film a few days ago, but again, I was pretty laid up, not feeling well. But the first one I want to talk about is about Particle. Particle recently announced a Series A funding round of $10.4 million. New capital investment in Particle to continue developing Particle Cloud and things like that. You may have noticed, if you've been following Particle, some changes even to the layout of the website lately. It's much more business focused. in trying to target people who are making Internet of Things products. It's really moved away from a sort of makery look and feel, even though it still very much plays to that, and has gone much more to targeting businesses. So again, they received a $10.4 million venture round, and I think it's great. Particle's been doing amazing things. They continue to dominate the starting from scratch to actually having a cloud connected device over any other platform out there right now, and has built an entire ecosystem around helping you develop a product, an Internet of Things product. So definitely still tops in that regard in the industry, and so very exciting. Some more money to hopefully expand that operation and provide even more value to customers and makers like us. Okay, the other big piece of news, seems like a lot of money's flying around this last week, is Avnet purchased a majority share of Hackster. If you've ever used Hackster, it's a hackster.io. It's a site where you can go and post projects that you've made, a lot of Internet of Things, DIY, sort of like a mix between Instructables and Hackaday. Is maybe the best one-sentence description I could give of it. But anyway, a great resource for ideas. It's got a ton of platforms. They forged a ton of partnerships. Microsoft is a big one. Amazon, all the big names have partnered with Hackster to throw contests and things like that. So they've got, they claim over 200,000 developers creating projects on the site. They've made, I think, over 100 partnerships for contests and things like that. So Avnet is a supplier of lots of things, but you could say Internet of Things components, but not just IoT components. They're a component supplier that are trying to get more into the startup realm of helping startups quickly create and source components for products. And so Avnet they've purchased a majority share at the end of this year, and they will complete the sale, full acquisition, in January of 2017, no doubt for tax reasons and things like that, is what I'm guessing. Doesn't really matter. That's big news. Hackster acquisition from Avnet this week. Okay, that does it for the news. What I'm going to be working on, I want to be more daily with DailyIoT. You can't call the show DailyIoT. Excuse me, I apologize. That's really loud in your ears. You can't call the show DailyIoT if it's not daily. And so, again, I've always said I would not make it full daily, but I want to try. I want to really hold myself to that. And so what I'm going to be working on, and I'll be talking about a little bit on the episodes that come, is I've got that board from IT Studios. I mentioned a few episodes back that they said they wanted to send if I would post a review on it. And so I have received that. It's this little screen. It's a touch screen. And so I'm going to try to hook that up to my Arduino that I got back here and just play around with it for a couple of hours. They also sent me this little expansion board that's got some buttons and a LED and a beep buzzer on it to play with, to get a review to you guys, see how this stacks up. This is the 3.5 inch model, enhanced, and so it has actual GPIO extensions on it. So not just the screen, you can actually attach components to this. and program against them. And so I will get a review done on that. I think this version is like $35, so pretty good price for a full touchscreen screen. And so we'll see how it stacks up. I promise I will not be influenced by the fact that they sent that for free. I will, if it's crap, I'll tell you it's crap. But if it's good, I'll let you know that as well. So that is what I'm going to be working on over the next little while, probably a couple days. I want to get this done. But something I want to introduce to the show is sort of this idea of, I hate to say like vocabulary word of the day because then it sounds like a children's show, but that's really kind of what it is. There's a lot of lingo and jargon in the Internet of Things that I take for granted because I've been around it for so long, but there might be words that I say that you might be like, oh, he just said something, but I didn't quite catch what that was or what he means by that. And so I want to just start covering sort of the very basic common terms that you might hear when people are talking Internet of Things, so that at the very least, you can be that smart dude or gal in the room that's like, I know what he's talking about. Yeah, Internet of Things, I mean, obviously. And so to start it off, we're going to go super basic. I just said that this has GPIO pins on it, and so that is our first DailyIoT jargon, word, lingo, I don't know what we're calling it yet, but word of the day is GPIO. Now, GPIO stands for General Purpose Input Output. And all that means is that back in the day, when I used to program these, I don't know if you can see this, it's a little microchip PIC microcontroller, a 16-bit microcontroller. Each of these little legs that you put into your breadboard has a function. You know, one of them's the ground pin, one of them's the power pin, one of them, a couple of them are for clock, but then some of them are what are called GPIO, General Purpose Input Output, meaning it is a general purpose pin that can both send signals out of a device and accept signals coming in. Now that could be over a wide range of purposes, such as analog input and output, digital input and output. It could cover PWM, which is another word of the day, which we'll cover in a future episode. It could be things for communication protocols like serial or I2C or SPI. Listen to all these vocabulary words that we're going to cover. It's amazing. So by general purpose, it means that it's just capable of input and output and could serve a variety of other purposes, like being part of a communication set of pins or driving a PWM signal or things like that. If you didn't catch what all those other acronyms are, don't worry about it. Just know that GPIO stands for General Purpose Input Output and is basically a pin, just like on an Arduino. The Arduino has several GPIO pins. That means they are capable of accepting a voltage in to read high or low, or in some cases analog, a range of values, and also sending a signal out. General purpose, input, output. So if you have any questions about that, stick them in the comments below. Again, I don't want to go too deep. I just want to give you a general knowledge, an idea of what these things are so that you can at least know what we're talking about when we say things like that. So I appreciate everybody watching Daily IoT, the show where together we're learning all about the Internet of Things, one day at a time. Oh, I almost forgot. Not that it matters to you, but I got a new camera. I hated the other one. It was turning my face red. And so I'm trying the new GoPro thing. If you've got feelings on how it looks or what you think, hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think, how the quality is, the lighting and things like that. I would love to make the show better in any way that I can. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.